Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahawashi, Ba'asham Wukakwadash, and double honors to the apostles of GMS and the bishops, the elders, and all the sincere brethren that are laboring the truth that across the world, and also to all the sincere brethren and sisters that are listening to the truth. So I pray this may be another edifying lesson to the flocks, and wherever the Most High want to hear this message, and let it be heard. And before I begin the lesson, I will introduce the name of the Father, which is Yahweh, and the name means He exists. And the name of the Son is Yahawashi Mashiach, which the world ignorantly call Jesus. And the names, the name of the Son is Yahawashi, which means the Redeemer or the Deliverer, and He's only coming to redeem His people, which is the nation of Israel. And in this day and age, you would identify them as the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans, which scatter on all four corners of the world and looks like the other nations, and also practice the custom of the other nations. With that, that'll be for the introduction. However, for the lesson today, the title, I'm going to basically do the lesson in Mark 5, and I'm going to go in NLT basically. And it's basically Yahawashi. The title is basically Yahawashi heals the demon-possessed men. Yeah. So, yep, Mark chapter 5 verse. I'm gonna start with the first verse, which is verse 1. So they arrived at the other side of the lake, in a region of Gerasenes. So basically, that was Yahawashi and the disciples. They arrive on the other side of the lake, in the region called Gerasenes. Verse 2. And when Yahawashi climbed out of the boat, a man possessed by an evil spirit came out from a cemetery to meet him. So when he get out of the boat, basically like a man with like a full with demons, he was possessed by demons, came out of the cemetery to meet him basically. This man lived among the burial caves and could no longer be restrained even with the chains. So basically he lived like this verse said, among the burial caves, and nobody could restrain him, not even with chains, because he was too strong basically. Because when you see people like demonic possessions, and basically they like no matter how many people that hold them, they just toss them around. You've seen it from well, you don't really see people getting possessed. Actually, I used to work in a psych hospital. A lot of time when you're restraining people, sometimes it could be like the tiniest person. These people are full of demons, and you have like 5, 6 people to try to restrain those people, man. And they're getting basically they're tossing stuff around left and right, to the point that some of the staff even get injured. So basically, that was that man. In that instant, like the verse said, like nobody could restrain him, not even with chains. And strong a chain, especially chain from the ancient world. It's not like the modern day. You have somebody like in a handcuff, because a lot of time you see police put jakes, multiple handcuffs, like 1 or 2 handcuffs, and to the point that sometimes jakes even snap the handcuff in half. Now imagine those ancient chains, like those thick chains. So that is extremely scary. Verse 4. Whenever he was put into chains and shackles, as he often was, he snapped the chains from his wrist and smashed the shackles. So basically, whenever they put him in the chain and shackles, basically he snatched it in half. It's like when you're watching the Hulk. You can put like Hulk in the when he's in his Bruce Banner form, you can put him in a handcuff, and there's nothing you can do to remove it. But whenever he turned into the Hulk, he just like a rage out, and the chain will just snap in half. Even the little piece that's on his wrist, like as his arm getting bigger and bigger, it just snap off. So that was that guy. So whatever chain they put, it doesn't matter if they put they put him like a multiple chains. He still snap it out of it, snap it from his wrist, and smash it. No one was strong enough to subdue him. So basically, nobody was strong enough to basically to hold him. So because of that, they feared. They fled. Like imagine you put somebody that is possessed with demons, and you put them on a chain. Like when you chain somebody, you feel safe. Now, if that person snap out of the chain, what else can you do? You can't restrain that person. The next option is flee away from that person or leave that person be. Verse 5, day and night he wandered among the buried caves and in the hills, howling and cutting himself with sharp stone. So basically every day, basically every day, and basically day and night. So basically he wander around. So basically always walking around the buried caves, man, and basically crying and cutting himself with stones. And once again, like I said earlier, I work on a psych hospital. One of the what is it again? One of the common things you see among people in a psych hospital, man, they always have marks in their wrist or their body. They always cutting themselves, whether it's like a pen, pencil, some with a knife. And when you ask them why they cut themselves, they always tell you, it's a coping mechanism, or when they feel stress, or when they have the anxiety, when they go into the panic attack, when they're getting the multiple personality disorders, when they're acting up, they find a way. Because I know one girl, well, kind of multiple people, and I think one of them was I used to go to the same, well, Haitians love going to those corner stores. When I used to go there, she used to be at one point like a normal girl, and when I see him the next time I'm walking, I'm like, what the heck's in her arm? So she went like in a mental. Actually, I kind of know multiple girls, but that one specifically, she has like a cut, like a long cut in her arm. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I didn't ask personally, but I found out she was in a psych hospital. She was going through mental illness, and basically one of the things she used to do to keep herself calm and cut herself, man. And it's not just her. And when I used to work there, because I was working there in my early 20s when I was 21, and I used to ask, because sometimes I'm like, because I came from like a in my area where you live around jigs, you don't see the well, they probably do it. It's not as common, but I didn't see stuff like people acting crazy, mentally ill, doing stuff like stabbing himself. But because the town I work like is an Edomite town, and I asked them, why do you have all those cut in your arms, man? And they told me that's one way they can calm themselves down, or sometimes when they acting out, they don't know what to do. They told it, well, they say that when they don't have anything to do, or when they can't hurt anybody, they start hurting themselves and to feel at ease. That is some crazy judgment, man. For the most, I put a spirit on you to harm yourself, like bang yourself on the wall. I've seen guys take a pencil, stab their neck constantly. I'm like, how do the people be like, the people that work there, they be like, how can like a human, like that's what Esau like to say, how can a human take a weapon and constantly harm themselves? But when you come to the truth, you learn those people, they have a demon on them, man. Not just one, like they have legions of demons on themselves, man. So that's why they been doing those stuff. And 6. When Yahawashi was still some distance away, the men saw him, ran to meet him, and bowed low before him. So basically, Yahawashi was in the distance, and the men saw him, and he quickly ran toward Yahawashi and bowed down to him, basically. And with a shriek, he screamed, "Why are you interfering with me, Yahawashi, son of the Most High?" Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. So when he saw Yahawashi, basically make it like a loud voice, like a loud cry, basically, man. And he was like, "Why are you interfering with me, Yahawashi, son of the Most High Yahweh? In the name of the Most High, I beg you, don't torture me." So basically, the demons that's inside the man say, "In the name of the Most High Yahweh, don't torment us, leave us alone." Because that's what the demon was saying. And that's what it was not. That's what the demon said, basically. And verse 8, for Yahawashi had already said to the spirit, "Come out of the man, you evil spirit." So basically, Yahawashi ordered the demons to come out of the man, basically. And then Yahawashi demanded, "What is your name?" And basically, Yahawashi asked the demon, "What is your name?" And he replied, my name is Legion, because there are many of us inside this man. So basically, when Yahawashi asked the demon, what is your name? And he stated that his name is Legion. And he explained himself. The Legion, because there are many of us inside this man. So basically, he told Yahawashi his name is Legion, because there are many of spirit that dwell inside that man. So basically, he was basically out of all the spirit, he was the head of them. So that man was full of demons. And in this day and age that we are living right now, everybody that's walking by us have legions of demons inside of them. And a lot of these people are people that you interact with on a regular basis. Your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your neighbors, your co-workers, man. Even a random stranger you see on the street, man. All these people are filled of demons, man, to the point that it's like a normal. I was watching that video. It's like a video clip that show you like people that's like a so-called Christians when they're walking, they have the angels watching them, covering them. And when you see all the people that's walking by, each people, when you look at on top of them, they have demons. Whatever demons they have, some it could be lust, wicked, any things that that's captivating to the world. That's kind of the demons they have on their head. So anytime you're walking on the street, man, everybody's full of demons. And sometimes, if you have the spirit, the Most High gonna give you the ability to discern it. Or sometimes even yourself, man, you have no idea how many demons like the Most High is pushing away from you, man. Because one of the main work of Satan, the spiritual Satan, is basically to put demons on everybody, man. And through the power of the Yahawashi, the Most High have mercy upon us. He took those demons away from us, man. Cause think about it, even us as part of the Hopeful Elect family, before we wake up, we were just in a bug out state. We have some demons on us also, man. The Most High have mercy on us to remove those demons and open our eyes, man. And now we have to fight those demons on a regular basis, because we are not exempt from temptations like the other people, man. The only reason is when we have those kind of temptations, we ask the Most High for forgiveness for our iniquities. Then the evil spirit, then the verse 10, then the evil spirit begged him again and again not to send them to some distant place. So basically, the evil spirit that was inside the man begged Yahawashi basically over and over not to send them some distance area, basically. And there happened to be a large herd of pigs feeding on the hillside nearby. So there was like a large herd of pigs around basically which was kind of like on the hillside. Send us into those pigs, the spirits begged, let us enter them. So basically the spirits begged Yahawashi to send them toward the large herd of pigs, basically. And verse 13, so Yahawashi gave them permission. So basically Yahawashi gave them permissions. The evil spirits came out of the men and entered the pigs, and the entire herd of about 2,000 pigs on 2,000 pigs plunged down the steep hillside into the lake and drowned in the water. So basically, Yahawashi gave those demons permissions to get out, and basically they get out of the men and went straight into the herd of pigs, and immediately those pigs plunged down to the steep hill into the lake and drowned themselves in the water, basically, man. Not even those demons were there was so many demons to the way that the pigs couldn't handle them, man. They were like, oh shoot. Instead of getting basically what the demons, I mean the pigs, drowned themselves, man. They didn't want to be alive, but they killed themselves. The herdsmen fled to the nearby town and surrounding countryside, spreading the news as they ran. People rushed out to see what had happened. So when the herdmen noticed the event, what did they do? They ran to the countryside, man, and they tell the people, look, man. They tell the people exactly what happened. And the scripture never mentioned the name of the man that was demon possessed, but you can already tell. Um, they probably like, yo, you remember Timmy, the guy that was full of demons that live in the cemetery. That's always screaming and harming himself, cutting himself over and over. Guess what? There's a guy named Yahawashi that saw him and cast those demons that was on him. And you know what happened after that? The demons begged to send them on the herd of pigs. And immediately once they go into the pigs ran through the steep hill and kill themselves, man. And that was spread from one person to the next person, man. So that's exactly what those men tell. So immediately when the towns saw what happened, man, those guys quickly the news spread basically the news spread toward the town, man, and the people rushed to see what had happened, basically. And 15, a crowd soon gathered around Yahushua. So basically, when the people heard the news, they quickly rushed to the what's the name of that town again? To the region of Jerusalem, basically, man. They quickly rushed and surrounded Yahushua. And they saw the man who had been possessed by the legion of demons. He was sitting there fully clothed and perfectly sane, and they were all afraid. So that same man, they saw that man sitting down. He was fully clothed, and he was sane. So when the people see him, they were terrified, because they used to see that guy being crazy, running butt naked, hurting himself, screaming like a wild beast. Now he's sitting down, all sane. So the people that saw this event, they were literally scared. They were terrified. Then those who had seen what happened told the others about the demon possessed man and the pigs. Basically, the people that seen what happened, man, which was the herdmen first and foremost, and like I said earlier, they spread the news around about the demon possessed man and the event that happened to the pigs also. And the crowd began pleading with Yahushua to go away and leave them alone. So immediately the crowd begged Yahushua for Yahushua to leave them alone and go away. And 18, as Yahushua was getting into the boat, the men who had been demon possessed, begged to go with him. So as well, basically Yahushua was leaving, and the man that was demon possessed, he begged Yahushua to take him with him. In verse 19, but Yahushua said, "No, go home to your family and tell them everything the Lord has done for you and how merciful He has been." So when the man saw Yahushua was leaving, he begged Yahushua to take him with him, and Yahushua said, "No, go to your family and tell your family everything the Lord Yahawashi has done unto you, and how the Heavenly Father have mercy on you." That's what Yahushua told the man. He didn't tell him, "All right, since I healed you up, I perform a miracle and you can join my crew." He didn't tell him that. He told him, "Go home to your family and tell them what the Heavenly Father has done for you, how merciful He has been toward you." That's what Yahushua told the once possessed demon. Tell the man that was once possessed by demons. Verse 20. So the man started off to visit the 10 towns of that region and began to proclaim the great things Yahushua had done for him. And everyone was amazed at what he told them. So basically, the man went to the 10 towns that was nearby and he started proclaiming all the great things Yahushua has done for him, and all those wonderful miracles he has performed unto him, which is casting down all the demons out of him. So basically that was the lesson, man. I pray that was another edifying lesson to the flocks, and whoever the Most High want to this message and let it be heard. And with that, I could say, Shalom.